So you're thinking about becoming a script supervisor, ready to dive into the world of film and TV.
Always exciting to hear.
It is. And we've been going deep on RoleCatcher's career guide. Getting ready for this deep dive.
Lots to unpack there.
Totally. Should be pretty eye-opening, even if you think you know what a script supervisor does.
It's more than meets the eye, for sure.
Way more. Okay, so the guide's really clear, being that continuity guru. That's the heart of it.
Absolutely. Guarding the story's integrity, it's a huge responsibility.
And it's not just, did that necklace change between shots?
Right. It's deeper than that.
It's catching the little things that could totally derail a scene, pull the audience right out of it.
Exactly. Those little inconsistencies can break the spell.
Like, imagine, things are getting tense, a character reaches in their pocket for keys.
But wait a minute, weren't those keys on the table a second ago?
Yeah. And the audience is like, hold on. It's those moments,
Completely. The illusion of reality shatters.
And that's where the script supervisor steps in. It's like cinematic detective work, almost.
Keeping everything aligned, making sure it all makes sense.
RoleCatcher had a great example. Think about a scene with tons of takes. Subtle differences in how the actor plays it.
Yeah, slight variations each time.
The script supervisor's notes are what let the editor pick the perfect take for the story.
Bridging that gap between what the director sees and what actually gets cut together.
So the emotional impact of the scene, it doesn't get lost in the editing room?
Exactly. They're guiding that process.
Creating a roadmap for post-production, but it all starts on set, paying attention to everything.
And this is where that love for storytelling matters. It's not just checking boxes.
Oh, for sure. They're shaping the audience's experience with every single detail.
Every camera angle, every prop, every line of dialogue.
It all adds up. And you've got to communicate that effectively to everyone. RoleCatcher was big on that.
Oh, absolutely. Different departments, different languages almost.
Right. A director needs to know a continuity issue now, but an actor might need more context.
It's about understanding those nuances, yeah.
Constantly shifting gears, adapting to whatever's thrown at you.
And that leads right into problem solving, which, on a film set,
is essential.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, a film set, it's unpredictable.
Controlled chaos sometimes.
Right. So RoleCatcher, they give you this scenario, you're on set, actor goes totally off script.
Oh, happens all the time.
Do you jump in, stop everything, or make a note, hope the director caught it?
It's a judgment call for sure.
Those split-second decisions, that's part of the job, huh?
Absolutely. Got to read the room, balance keeping things moving with,
Not letting anything slip through the cracks.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher highlighted this too. It's not just reacting to what's happening right now.
It's thinking ahead, anticipating what could go wrong.
Being 2 steps ahead of everyone else.
Which, on a film set, is essential.
Totally. Like, you're working on a scene, really complex camera move.
Multiple angles, things moving around.
You've got to be aware of how that movement, it could reveal something that shouldn't be there yet.
Or hide something that was visible before.
Maintaining that continuity no matter where the camera is.
Spatial awareness, it's key in this role.
Big time. And it ties into what RoleCatcher called those less obvious skills.
Yeah, like what?
Critical thinking, understanding story structure, that kind of thing.
It's not just about spotting a lamp that moved 2 inches to the left.
Right. It's understanding why that lamp matters to the story,
Or if it even does. Sometimes those things don't matter at all.
So true. They gave this example. Director decides on the fly to add a line of dialogue.
Classic on-set curveball.
The script supervisor, they've got to adjust their notes, communicate that change to the editor later.
So it doesn't throw everything off in post-production.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Definitely. Adaptability is huge. Things change so fast on set.
And that's what sets apart the good from the great, right?
Absolutely. Problem solving on your feet, thinking creatively under pressure.
And if you can do that, RoleCatcher shows there's room to grow in this field.
Oh yeah, lots of paths you can take.
You can start as a PA, become a script coordinator, work your way up.
Some people specialize in a certain genre even.
Which I imagine changes things quite a bit.
It does. Fast-paced action versus a slow, dialogue-heavy drama. Very different challenges.
Makes sense. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing. How do I actually get hired?
Right, how do you break in?
And that's where RoleCatcher comes in with the tools.
It's like having a secret weapon almost for navigating this industry.
Too real.
Yeah.
That RoleCatcher.capture plugin, remember we were talking about all those job postings?
Easy to get overwhelmed by those.
Seriously, this thing, one click, saves a posting from any website.
So much better than juggling 50 tabs.
Lifesaver. And speaking of making life easier, Let's talk job descriptions.
Those things can be a nightmare to decipher sometimes.
All the jargon, right. But RoleCatcher, it analyzes them, pulls out those key skills employers want.
Shows you how to tailor your resume to each specific job.
So you're not just guessing, you're showing them exactly what they're looking for.
It's like having a leg up on the competition.
And then there's the interview, which, let's be honest,
Nerve-wracking.
the worst. But RoleCatcher, they let you practice answering questions for script supervisor roles.
Not just general stuff, they get specific.
And they've got this AI that gives you feedback, like a mock interview with a pro.
Helps you refine your answers, build that confidence.
So you're not going in blind, you're prepared, Seriously, RoleCatcher brings it all together.
They really do. They've packed so much into those resources.
It's clear they get it, the whole world of film and TV.
They've been there.
Okay, so to wrap up, what have we learned about script supervisors?
It's not just about spotting those continuity errors, though that's definitely part of it.
Right, it's bigger than that.
It's about being a guardian of the story, making sure everything makes sense.
The details, oh my gosh, it's the details.
Attention to detail is key, but it's more than that too.
You need those people skills, right? Communicating with everyone on set.
Absolutely. And being able to think on your feet, solve problems, stay calm under pressure.
That's what makes a great script supervisor. But here's something we haven't really touched on.
Okay, what's that?
We've talked about catching errors, making sure everything's consistent. But what about those movies that mess with that on purpose?
Interesting. Like where time jumps around or the narrator's unreliable.
Exactly. Does that change the script supervisor's role?
It makes you think, right? Are they taking notes on the mistakes that are supposed to be there?
How do you even wrap your head around that?
It's like suddenly those inconsistencies, they become part of the continuity.
Because they're serving the story in a weird way.
Exactly. It's not just about following the rules anymore, it's helping to bend them.
That's got to be a whole other skill set.
It is. You have to understand the why, the intention behind it.
So you're not just a technician, you're creatively problem solving alongside the director.
Exactly. And that's exciting, right? To be part of something that pushes the boundaries.
Totally. So there you go. Something to think about after this deep dive.
Right. See those movies with fresh eyes.
Imagine yourself as the script supervisor, making those mind-bending stories work.
And maybe someday, you'll be the one doing it for real.
Who knows? But first things first, go check out RoleCatcher.
All those resources, they're amazing. Explore, see what speaks to you.
It's a wild ride, this industry.
It is, but so rewarding.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.
And happy filmmaking.